This is where everything begins. This is where everything starts to fall apart. What you are about to see is not just history. It actually happened, and no one could stop it. People had no idea what was coming next. And slowly, everything went out of control. Fear started spreading everywhere. No one felt safe anymore. And then, things got even worse. This was only the beginning of something dark, but slowly, things started to change. People began to feel something was wrong. Confusion started spreading among everyone. No one had answers to what was happening. And every single day, it kept getting worse. Fear took over their minds. People started turning against each other. And then, a decision was made. A decision that changed everything forever. But it was a terrible mistake. A mistake that no one could undo. And the consequences were horrifying. Everyone had to suffer because of it. And there was no way to escape. The situation became completely uncontrollable. People were screaming for help. But no one was there to listen. Darkness started taking over everything. And fear became a part of life. No one knew when it would end. Or how it would end. Every second felt heavier than the last. People were mentally and physically breaking. Hope slowly started to disappear. And all that was left was fear. This part of history was hidden, so that no one would ever find out. But the truth always finds its way. And now, you have seen it. But this was only one part of the story. What comes next is even darker. And it will shake you to your. But this is where things get even worse. What you saw before was only the beginning. Because now, the real darkness begins. And this part of history is even more disturbing. People were no longer in control. Everything started changing rapidly. Fear was no longer hidden, it was everywhere. And no one could escape what was coming. The situation became more dangerous than ever. And this time, there was no turning back. At first, people tried to ignore what was happening. They believed it would eventually stop. But they were completely wrong, because things only kept getting worse. Every decision made things more dangerous, and every mistake had serious consequences. People started losing hope completely. Trust between them began to disappear. No one knew who to believe anymore, and fear started controlling their actions. Small problems turned into massive disasters, and no one could fix what was happening. Everything was falling apart piece by piece, and the damage kept growing, until it became unstoppable. People were pushed beyond their limits. They were forced into impossible situations. And there was no way out anymore. Every moment felt more intense than the last. Panic spread faster than ever before. And chaos became the new normal. People were desperate to survive. But survival was becoming impossible. The darkness kept growing stronger. And it consumed everything in its path. No one was safe anymore. Not even those who thought they were. The situation had gone too far. And now, it was too late to stop it. Everything was collapsing. And then, the worst finally happened. Something no one was prepared for. The consequences were devastating. And they changed everything forever. People lost more than they ever imagined. And there was no way to go back. This part of history was buried deeply, hidden from the world for a reason. But the story doesn't end here. Because what comes next is even darker. Now, the truth finally comes out. Everything you have seen so far leads to this. This is the part they tried to hide. The part no one wanted to talk about. Because the truth is disturbing. And hard to believe. But it really happened. And it changed everything. This is where the full story is revealed. And nothing will ever feel the same again. Looking back, the signs were always there. But no one paid attention at the time. Small mistakes slowly became huge problems. And those problems kept growing. Until everything was out of control. People tried to fix it. But it was already too late. The damage had spread everywhere. And there was no easy solution. Every action made things more complicated. And every decision came with consequences. People were forced to face reality. A reality they were not ready for. And it was darker than anyone imagined. Much darker than expected. This is when everything started to make sense. All the chaos had a reason behind it. But that reason was terrifying. People finally understood what was happening. And it shocked them completely. The truth was impossible to ignore. And it changed how they saw everything. Nothing felt normal anymore. And fear stayed with them forever. The impact was deep and permanent. It affected generations after them. And the story kept spreading slowly. Even when people tried to hide it, the truth refused to disappear. Because some things can never be erased, and that is how it all ended. But the consequences never truly disappeared. History moved on, but the scars remained. And some questions were never answered. Maybe we were never meant to know everything. But now, you know the truth. If you found this story interesting, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thanks for watching. And I will see you in the next story.